The second consecutive interest rate cut has been widely welcomed ahead of the festive season. The South African Reserve Bank's decision follows a better-than-expected drop in consumer price inflation at 2.8%. Business anchor Tumisang Ndlovu reports.
The Reserve Bank has forecast further monetary policy easing. This follows the second consecutive 25 basis point interest rate cut. However, Central Bank Governor Lesetja Kganyago has stressed that the repo rate path will be decided on a meeting-by-meeting basis.
The risk outlook, however, requires a cautious approach. Global interest rates could well shift higher again, and the recent rand depreciation demonstrates how rapidly changes in the global environment can affect South Africa. The forecast sees rates easing further in future, stabilizing a bit above 7%. But this rate path from the quarterly projection model remains a broad policy guide.
Analysts have welcomed the interest rate drop to 7.75% following elevated levels aimed at easing high inflation. Economist Zandile Makhoba says this will help reduce the impact of the high cost of living.
It might seem like a small amount at the moment, but I think it's the cumulative effect of the interest rate cuts that's going to make a big significance to consumers. This is the second rate cut, so collectively we're seeing a 0.5 basis cut. And slowly that's going to start to ease on the consumer balance sheets, allowing them to have a little bit more expenditure and be able to afford on the household items that have been on the increase at least. So it creates a little bit more balance and room in that household balance sheet.
Debtbusters Bene Sege agrees that this development will offer much-needed relief for consumers.
We had the first signs back in September, 2 months ago. And yes, while it's only 25 basis points reduction this time around, much like September, when you add the two together, we are in a far better situation. And let's also not forget mortgages and most of the vehicles on the road are tied to the repurchase rate in terms of agreements. So we will feel the relief by the time we have to pay this month's payment. So I think that's very much welcome.
Uber Home Loans' Justin Easthorpe says mortgage holders are set to gain the most from the interest rate easing cycle.
I think what that's going to assist with as well is the first-time home buyers that we really need to stimulate the market through. So further rate reductions coming in the new year, whilst once again Governor saying that he will do it from a meeting-to-meeting basis. All things looking positive. The meeting was relatively positive, and things are looking up. So home buyers are now able to get back into that property market and be able to afford those dream homes that they've always wanted.
The Reserve Bank says reducing the level of policy restrictiveness is still consistent with achieving the inflation target. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Tumisang Ndlovu.